Ribs.
Let's make them.
Today we're going to be making my old family recipe, baby back ribs. Fall off the bone baby back ribs. Xavier loves them.
I make them, so yeah, I know. They're delicious.
So we've got 2 racks of baby back ribs here. We are going to be doing a little bit of this together. There are some things that Xavier doesn't like to touch on these, which is taking off the membrane, which we'll get to in a little bit.
So first, we're gonna have the ingredients, but I already gathered them. I'm just gonna show you.
I'll move them underneath the. You say what they are.
So we've got.
You remember what that is? Chili powder.
We got some chili powder, some paprika, some onion powder, garlic powder, freshly cracked black pepper,
cracked black pepper.
some salt,
it's a tongue twister.
brown sugar, and some sugar.
Now, this is a part of our dry rub application. We're going to put it together. We're going to mix it together in one bowl, and then we are going to dry rub it onto the ribs first. So these fall off the bone ribs take about 90 minutes to make. 90 minutes for the cooking time. It probably takes a little bit longer than that otherwise, because we're going to let the dry rub component sit on the ribs for about 30 minutes. That 30 minutes is going to kind of penetrate the meat, so the flavor goes all the way through. Well, without further ado, I hate that in videos. They always say that. Without further ado.
What'd you say?
I don't know, I just had to say it. Anyway, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna clean these up, and then we're gonna take off the membrane.
I'm gonna put the ingredients together.
Yep, go ahead and describe it.
I'm gonna start with some
chili powder.
You had to give me a second. Okay, we're gonna start with chili powder in the bowl. Paprika in the bowl, onion powder in the bowl, garlic powder
in the bowl,
black pepper and salt in the bowl, and then brown sugar and sugar in the bowl. Now I got my spoon to mix.
And you just want to pat it dry and make sure that meat is dry.
I'm gonna mix the spices.
Good job, kiddo.
Right.
Way to mix them. I would use a fork though, or a whisk.
Whisk would be better.
Whisk could work.
Be right back. Alright, so now we're gonna mix the ingredients together. We got our baby whisk.
Baby whisk. I'm struggling with unwrapping these.
Yeah, the brown sugar, it's like...
Brown sugar is clumpy, and when you're mixing it together, the ingredients, you definitely want to make sure that it is as like powdery, I guess would be the proper. Did you say powdery?
Yeah, powdery.
Because you don't want it to be clumpy. When you have it clumpy, you end up it ends up just clumping in big spots. You don't want it to do that. You want it to be spreadable. So we have both of the ribs unpackaged. The sink, don't mind that on the side there, it's just the packaging. And now we have to take off the membrane. The membrane is the part that's on the back side of the rib. That's this side of the bone right here. That's on the inside part. So if you look at a rib, when you're doing these, the ribs kind of like go on a, I don't know, what would you say, a crescent pattern, a half moon pattern?
Yeah.
Something like that. So what you want to do is take off the membrane. So we're gonna switch to our over the head view here, which is a fantastic little setup we got going on. It's a cabinet's open and I got a tripod in there a bit. What you want to do when you do this part is you got to be very careful, and you're going to take your knife or spoon or whatever you have that's kind of a sharp object, and you're just going to kind of get underneath the skin a little bit, try to lift it some so we can get that with our fingers. It is kind of slippery. That's another reason why we wanted to make sure that we had it dried, right? So once you get under there, you'll hear it. I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm just pulling away this little fiber here with my fingers.
Our hands were washed.
They are washed, but they're very slippery. You can hear this. I don't know if you can hear this on the mic. Listen, shh. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can. I'll hear it in post. Anyway, so once you get a good grip here, this little skin part is here. You want to get as much of it off as you can because that gets really hard to chew. So you just rip it off, and it comes off pretty easy once you get underneath it. Just rip that skin right off. And then I'm just pulling straight up. I'm not going to sing the Paula Abdul song. You guys don't know what that is. You're too young. Do you know Paula Abdul?
My teacher's the one watching.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying to the kids because she's going to show it to the kids.
No, she's not.
I think she will.
What? I didn't consent to that.
I told her to show it to the other kids when you're not in the room because that's what you agreed to.
As long as I'm not in the classroom?
Yeah, as long as he's not in the classroom, you can show it to the kids.
Not my class.
Straight up, now tell me. That's the song I was referencing if you guys want to look it up on that YouTube action you guys are listening to. All right.
I know the song, bro. I know the song.
Do you know the song?
Yes, I know the song.
Oh, see, look at that. See, I'm an uncultured old man. All right, cool. All right, so now that this is set up, Xavier's then going to apply the spices, the dry rub.
I now take it back. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. You're going to rub it in.
Okay, so why don't we do this then? How about you get one of those? So the way we're going to make this fall off the bone is we're going to use the moisture from the meat to actually steam the meat when we cook it. So right now Xavier's bringing over a cookie sheet, and we're going to do this right in our oven. We don't even have to grill it. I know some ribs typically take hours upon hours to get really good or really fall off the bone. In this case, we're just going to put it in some tin foil, and we're going to use that tin foil. We're going to wrap it up, and it's going to use its own moisture to cook. So I'm going to put the ribs on. This cookie sheet might be a little too short, but that's okay. Go ahead. Now, Xavier's just going to put some of the spices right on top, and I'm going to rub it in there. Actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. We're going to clean this whole counter anyway. There you go. Go ahead. Put it right. Yeah, put it right on there. Don't be shy. Good. So Xavier just poured it on, and all I'm going to do is rub it in like this, and I'm going to tell him if I need any more. Okay, so just using my hands. They're already dirty, so you want to just, well, dirty with the spices and the meat, handling the meat because I'm handling it. All right, now.
I didn't want to get my hands dirty.
Give me some more in my hand. And all I'm going to do, I just want to make sure the meat is well seasoned. So
we need some for the other side too.
Yeah, I know. I don't forget. I'm just making sure all the meat gets even love. And then whatever falls off, you can kind of pick it up and put back on the meat there. Put back on the. Go ahead. Or go do your thing.
More?
Yep. Trust me. You don't want to be. You want to go pretty heavy with this stuff because what it's doing is the salt is going to be pulling the moisture out. And because that salt pulls that moisture out, that's helping us make it fall off the bone because it produces that steam.
You study that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's an old recipe. I just know how it works. A little bit more? A little bit more right there. Yep, keep going all the way across. Good. And you can see already that when I'm rubbing this in, this dry rub is going on and it looks like a yellowish in color. And now it's starting to soak it into the meat. All right, give me the next tray. You don't have to push it down, but we need the edges to wrap, so.
Spices
completed. All right, spices complete. All right, so now we want to let this sit for 30 minutes. So we're just going to put some tin foil on top, throw this in the fridge, let it sit for 30 minutes, and we'll be right back.
All right, timer's done. Ribs are marinated. Let's go grab them. Alexa, stop.
All right. So the ribs, I realized,
a bit too big for the pan.
A little too big for the pan. So we're just going to transfer them over to the other pan. And for this reason is because we actually have to wrap the ribs in
Yeah.
tin foil.
Well, we cook them first, and then we wrap them.
This step, we actually are going to broil. So I'm just gonna move them over like this. Drop them into the bigger pan. We'll keep that aside.
Now we're gonna put it in the oven.
Right over there.
Where you going?
All right, we're gonna broil.
Now we're broiling. We're gonna take these over. Put them in the oven.
Now with the broiling, we're gonna put them in the broiler. We're gonna move
the cooking rack.
Yeah, we're gonna move the cooking rack. That's it. Cooking rack to the highest point. So we're gonna broil. What does a broiler do? A broiler is a top heater. So that heater is just on the very top. And what it does is it cooks at a very high temperature, typically about 550 degrees. And that will actually start to crystallize or melt or caramelize the sugars and things that we have on top of the meat. So we're gonna put these into the top. We're probably, because we're using a bigger pan, gonna have to do one at a time. So why don't you do that? Put one in there. And we're gonna leave it in there in the top for about 10 minutes.
You guys are in the video now.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're famous.
Yeah. I'm gonna be famous one day. I'm gonna go D1 in soccer.
Are you ready?
Okay, what do I see?
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Alright, so we boiled for 10 minutes, both of them. Other one's over there. Now we're gonna wrap it in tin foil and bake for 90 minutes
At what temp?
at 350.
Why do we wrap it?
So the moisture can stay in and we can have more of them.
So we get it moist, and then the meat falls off the bone. So Xavier, that's gonna be a hot one. Let's not. You don't do that one yet. So take this, and you're just gonna wrap the corners, right? And you want to wrap it tight so the moisture stays in. So you're gonna have to wrap this one, and you're just creating a little pocket, as you can see, right there. That other one's a little hot, so I'll do that one. I don't want you to burn your hands. Go ahead and put that.
Put this in the oven now.
By wrapping, it's also going to keep all those juices from getting all over your pan. Helps when you're cleaning at the end.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. 90 minutes in the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 90 minutes.
Alright, so these are the ribs. They just finished cooking a little bit ago because we have to let them rest.
We let them rest for 15 minutes. You let them rest for 15 minutes, wrapped up still before you open them up.
And now they're ready, so we're gonna open it up.
Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. You can see the juices inside. There's still some liquid in there. And then you have your meat here. How soft is that next? Does that like fall off the bone or what?
Dude, let's see.
Oh yeah, look at that thing just fall right apart. Oh my goodness gracious. You gonna take a bite like that, or you wanna put some sauce on it?
I'm gonna take a bite like this, honestly.
Go ahead, take a bite like that.
See how it tastes.
Pretty good, huh? Yeah, just if you're done with that bone, put it up on that thing so it's not on the other meat. But yeah, you can put any kind of sauce on it you want. In this case, I think Xavier chose Sweet Baby Ray's. Go ahead, buddy.
So we have some of this. We're gonna put it on our
I want to bite this.
rib.
This one looks really good. Oh, snappity dappity. Wow, that just ripped right off. That was nice. Look at that.
I mean, it is fall off the bone ribs.
You can still see the nice juiciness here on the rib. I hope you can still see it. I don't know if I'm blind now, so it's not necessarily in focus. Give me any sauce.
Alright, so we got a perfect rib right here.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful rib.
You want me to sauce you up?
Just a little bit. You gotta like shake it. There you go. That's good. That's good. Now, just gonna.
You got the perfect bite right here.
Oh yeah. You ready, dude?
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. That just peels off. That's
Sauce
so good.
makes it better.
I think it enhances the flavor.
So if you try this recipe, have some barbecue sauce. It's really good.
This is my favorite part of your videos. I get to eat the food. Well, there you go. Fall off the bone, baby back ribs.
Yeah.
We good?
In the oven too. No grill, no hassle.
I mean, what, 90-minute cook time? Total time, prep, and everything else? Probably what, 2 hours? Two hours and maybe 10 minutes?
I'd say 2 hours, just like that.
Yep.
2 hours.
Yeah. Well worth it. These are good. So we good?
Good.
All right. Cool.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.